So this video that you're about to watch might not be the most entertaining video in the whole world, okay? I was low on energy. This is me after editing. Actually, it's before editing, but I'm gonna put this in there. I'm planting potatoes, okay? That's a spoiler. Not that I want to be planting potatoes right now, but what I want is the end product. I want potatoes that are gonna hold me all through the winter. And this is my second round of potatoes. I'm selling most of my first round as well as just eating fresh. But sometimes you just have to do the thing. Sometimes you have to make the time. And sometimes you really don't have much left, especially in the middle of the season. It's hot out, you're tired, you've been cranking away at this for months and months and months, and the weeds are taking over, and there's bugs, and it's hot, and you're tired. I get it, me too. But sometimes you just have to do the thing. You just have to remember why you're doing it. For me, I love to have homegrown food. It's hard to find organic, truly organic food at a budget that I can afford. So I like to grow it myself. But it's also about, I like to know that I have it. So I guess I like to be a little prepared, a little secure. I like knowing that I have hundreds of pounds of food stashed away for winter for no other reason other than instead of going to the grocery store every single week, I get to go once a month. And then I get to stay inside and do my little hobbit creature crafts in the wintertime like I like to do. I like to read. I like to be introverted. But all of this to say that these are some of my passions, I guess. And passion is contagious. It is so infectiously contagious. You catch it every time, at least if you're me. YouTube suggested to me like a few weeks ago this precious middle-aged man named Clegg, and he hunts for Native American artifacts in the Ohio River Valley of West Virginia. Did I have any interest in that prior to this? No, but he is so adorably passionate, dorky, and he loves it. He doesn't care. He's out there searching, okay? Now I need a riverbed to look through because I too want to find these things because he gets so excited about it. I want to be excited about it. And that's the whole point of my channel, I guess. All of this long-winded to say. I'm just here. I'm a regular person. I'm living my regular life, but I'm passionate. If nothing else, I'm passionate to a fault because I'm very driven and I know what I want. Which sometimes gets me in trouble. But I love to be passionate. I never want to dull that part of me ever. I don't care if I'm the only one excited about it in my regular life. I'm going to be excited about it. Like I said, passion is contagious and we all need to show a little bit of our dorky side. We need to dork out about a rock, about a flower, about a bird, anything. Anything that you find passion in, share it with others. It's so valuable. You don't even realize it, but it's so valuable. Being happy is contagious. And I just want to spend my days here being happy because there's really no time to do anything else. Granted, I need to practice what I preach sometimes, especially at the end of the day when I'm tired. I'm like a toddler. If I'm hungry or tired, don't mess with me. But be passionate and tell people, show people, share them. So here's a video. I'm not super passionate in it. I'm tired, but I'm getting the job done. And sometimes that's all that counts. Enjoy. Hey guys, I'm back at the garden again. And this behind me is my original potato plot. I planted my first round of potatoes in April, harvested them the last of June, and tarped because this whole bed was weeds, and that's fine. The theme around here is everything is weeds. But I'm hoping that, and you might hear some gun sounds in the background. We have a shooting range and my husband is using it currently. It's about 8 or 9 or 10, I don't really know, beds, and they're about 60 feet long. And I'm gonna go ahead and plant my second round of potatoes. So if you never got your first round in, or your first round wasn't great, you still have time. A lot of potatoes, and if you were smart, you would look up their days to maturity. I didn't think about it, and I saved Kennebec and Yukon Gold to plant second, and Kennebec is actually what's called a mid-season, so it takes a little longer to mature, but you know what? If I don't have full-size potatoes, it's fine. I'll have smaller potatoes, but I'm confident with 90 days still left of my growing season, fingers crossed the frost doesn't come early, I have plenty of time to get a good potato crop out of here, which is exactly what I'm gonna do. These first ones, you can see they're nice and ready to grow. I'm just going to cut. I never let my potatoes heal over, and I've never had an issue with them rotting. Some I'm gonna do a little test, and some I'm gonna cut, and some I'm gonna leave whole, and we shall see which one wins. Although it might not be a fair race because, like I said, I only have 90 days left in my season. Yukon Gold matures in anywhere from 70 to 90. I'm gonna guess the 90, just because we are going into the later season with these, so the sunlight is slowly getting shorter, so these aren't gonna grow as fast as they would if I planted them in the spring. Plus, I think growing them for the fall, they're gonna store a lot better and a lot longer all winter, because usually you're pulling your potatoes out, you know, June or July, and then you want them to last all winter, but really by December, January, they all look like this, which I definitely still eat them like this. I just picked the sprouts off, but it would be nice to have some fuller potatoes in the middle of winter. So I am about to pull back this tarp, and let's see, fingers crossed that it killed the weeds, because if not, I don't know what I'm gonna do. We'll see. Ooh. So far, I really like what I see. Some of the tougher perennial weeds, I can tell that they're probably going to bounce back, but all the annual babies are dead. So that's awesome. And I mulched with hay. So I did get some residual weeds, but really not many. I feel like the most of the weeds I had were already in my soil. And the ground looks nice, ready for planting, and all I'm gonna do is make a little hole in this hay mulch and cover it up. I like to grow my potatoes basically on top. I'll bury them a little bit, but then that's less digging that you have to do. And as long as you keep them nice and mulched, you won't have any greening on your potatoes, or at least I didn't have too much greening on my potatoes. So let's pull back the rest of the tarp. Honestly, this looks really good. The little green patch you see over here is because this was actually 2 tarps and it got separated, so that was able to grow. Very happy. I left the tarp on slightly less than 2 weeks, but in that 2 weeks, we had almost 100-degree weather, so that really cooked everything under here. I'm happy. So I've got a few of my potatoes. The smaller ones I just left whole, and if it was a bigger potato, I cut it. This is bed number 1, and you can see it has hay. Some places I'll need to put the hay from the walkway in because it got probably broken down a little bit with how hot it was under here. But I'm just going to make a hole in my hay mulch. The soil is nice and loose, which is awesome, because I've stopped tilling this, and then cover it up and cover it up. And that's all I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put my potatoes about 12 inches apart in the row, and I'm gonna keep going until I've planted all my potatoes. Okay, I'm back. It's been a little bit. I'm I'm very sweaty now, but I got it planted. I ended up doing 5 rows of potatoes, and that was 100 pounds of sweet potatoes, and not sweet potatoes, but seed potatoes. And honestly, I probably could have got another row if I would have cut the potatoes more, but just don't care that much because these potatoes are to store for us all winter. This feels good. Honestly, this was like the burden of the last month. I just kept thinking, like, I have to get these potatoes out or it's going to be too late. And so now they're in the ground and I'm feeling really good about it. And now I only planted 5 rows. So I still have 4 free rows that I can plant something in. I don't really know what I'm going to put here yet. If you have any ideas of what I should plant here for the fall, that's easy peasy lemon squeezy because that's what I need right now. Let me know. But I know this video isn't going to be very long, and he really wants me to help him fold up the tarp, so I'm going to get off here in just a second and help him do that. But if this was the encouragement that you needed, because I always see other people do stuff and then I'm like, oh yeah, I need to do that too, or it's inspired to do some of that. If you either procrastinated or you need to get out your fall round of potatoes, you still have plenty of time, usually. Typically. And then if you live in a place that doesn't have a longer season, like if your frost comes before October, put them bad boys in pots and grow them as houseplants, and then dig up the fun potatoes that you grew inside. Anyway, I guess I'm gonna fold this tarp. Thank you guys for watching. Until next time.